If you're anything like me, you absolutely hate losing, especially when you've done jiu-jitsu for a little bit. Maybe you got a couple stripes in your belt, but really we're probably a blue belt or higher. You've done it long enough to where you've got at least an idea of what's going on, but you just keep getting destroyed by the people that have been doing it longer than you. More obviously, especially in our sport, people that are just higher ranks. Now, obviously, first starting off, you're supposed to suck at jiu-jitsu. You have no idea what's going on. But when you're still new, but you have a perception that you've been doing jiu-jitsu long enough that you should at least have something to offer for the guys or gals that have been doing it longer for you, what you really need is a cheat code that's gonna help you jump a handful of levels in jiu-jitsu. And to have a really good understanding of what this cheat code is so you can get better at jiu-jitsu faster and start beating up some of those upper belts, I'm gonna give you 3 really big points that's gonna really revolutionize how you've been training and improve your level of jiu-jitsu. The first point that I'm going to give you is the actual legitimate true blueprint of what we use for all of our pro team athletes. These athletes that have implemented this have won everything from kids pan titles, jiu-jitsu-con titles, adult pan titles, and these are also the things that have helped our athletes, one in which has only been doing jiu-jitsu for 3 years and is already ranked number 4 in his weight class as a blue belt and as a pan champion. This first point is not as glamorous and beautiful, but it is extremely effective. What decision you have to make is that you have to decide where you want to get better at. This could be guard passing or playing guard. For the example that we're going to focus on in this video that I think would make the biggest impact for you and give you the biggest bang for your time is picking one guard and staying within that position to understand all the potential reactions you're going to be getting out of there and situationally spar and drill over and over again. The biggest rule of thumb that I look at is 6 months. 3 months of really understanding the position to where you get really comfortable, really confident. And then 3 months after that, you're still working and polishing out all the small little baby details through sparring, drilling, getting feedback from your teammates. But then on that second half, you're actually adding on a different position that you're trying to work through. This could be based off other reactions of positions you're finding yourself in, maybe transitioning between guards, or you could start studying even some guard passing situations that you're playing through. But the idea of 6 months at a time, staying within a study. This will force you to neglect a lot of jiu-jitsu in a lot of different areas and positions, but you're actually going to be able to perform the things that you're studying at a higher level. So the second point and example that I want to give you is actually what actually worked for me, and it worked extremely well. This took me from a position of not being able to do that great against some of the purple belts, brown belts, especially the black belts when I was a blue belt, because I had no idea what was going on. I had a little bit of everything working, but it just was not working in the way that I wanted it. I wasn't winning. I wasn't scoring. I wasn't finding submissions the way that I wanted to. And what I did is what I'm encouraging you to do exactly in this video. I found a position that interested me most. And for me, with my personality type, I really fell into lapel guard. The reason why I chose lapel guard is because anytime I played spider guard, the upper belts had an idea of how to pass. Anytime I played single X, I would have some success, but they would still know how to pass. But anytime I got a hold of the lapel and I started tying it up and playing these different positions like worm guard, these upper belts all of a sudden became white belts. They had no idea or concept how to pass. I went from not scoring points to taking the back to sweeping to submitting. Now, is your experience going to be directly like that? Absolutely not, unless you choose to go the lapel guard route, because the reason why lapel guard is the #1 hated guard by any guard passer is because it really restricts their movement and it's a strength multiplier for the person that's playing guard. Though this video isn't set up to be specifically about lapel guard and how to get better and all that fun stuff, if that does interest you, check out the link in the description. It'll actually take you to my instructional. That is a complete system that I constantly update for no additional cost when it comes to playing lapel guard. But with the guard that I chose as lapel guard, I applied that first concept that I gave you guys, sticking in a position for up to 6 months at a time. And in that time period, I studied the same portion of film over and over and over again, took it into sparring, and did these situational rounds. And the third thing that's going to really help you with this, which this is the one I'm going to give you hands-on details about how I did this and give you examples and videos of things that I'm currently working today that you'll even see in my instructional that's not public, is me situationally sparring in our pro team training. So I'm going to give you commentary, taking you through it. So if you made it this far in this video, make sure you guys do exactly what I'm doing right now, or at least in the video to where I'm filming my sparring, I'm going back through and reviewing it, but versus me just reviewing it with myself, I'm going to review it with you guys to help you get that big jump in your level of jiu-jitsu that I experienced as a blue belt. So these situational rounds are really easy to do. You basically pick a position that you're trying to improve at. And what we generally do is we set about 2 to 4 minutes on the clock and we just reset off of points or submission. Now, with these exchanges, what you'll notice is I'm actually physically starting off in some of the initial positions that I'll get in to set up what I call the lapel zombie position, which is a type of lapel guard. So I start with the grips, and then I basically have my opponent try to pass my guard, try to submit me, God forbid that they can, and then we basically find the data, what's working, what's not working, and we go over and over and over again. So with some of these scenarios that you see here, these are pretty niche reactions that you'll see, especially when you're playing the specific type of lapel guard that I'm playing. Now, with these reactions too, my training partners have a very good understanding of what I like to go for because I do it all the time. This is how you take something that you're really good at and confident at, and you make it better and better and better. This is how your confidence is going to grow in these positions, by situationally sparring over and over and over again. It's going to force you to get creative in some of these scenarios. It's going to make you go back. Hopefully that you're filming your sparring, go back, look at your film and be like, okay, why did this work? Why didn't this work? Sometimes it's something you're doing that was wrong. Sometimes it's just something your opponent was doing and it was basically saying, hey, I need to go to something else. But if you guys are curious about some of these lapel guard techniques that I'm doing, these specific scenarios are pretty unique to stuff that I personally do, that I've developed with my lapel zombie system. Make sure you guys check out the link in the description. You guys will see all the info there. But when you guys are doing this, again, I stay in this area for about like 6 months at a time. But the first 3 months is really figuring out what's working, what's not, what adjustments do I need to make. And then everything after that is just polishing up, making it better, and doing it again and again and again. This is what we consider our idea of drilling. It's not like static drilling, which is generally how you will start when you're learning a position, but it's the type of drilling that your partner is giving you legitimate, difficult resistance, changing it up, giving you verbal feedback back and forth. And this is quite literally the secret to improving your level of jiu-jitsu faster, to where you can catch those upper belts that are training and beating you, and you're just struggling to catch up. Now, I will say, the thing that I always loved most about lapel guard, like I mentioned to you guys before, everybody at a higher level, at least bell rank wise, has an idea of how to pass the majority of the guards you guys are going to run into. Now, with that being said, spider guard, a lot to be said. Single X, a lot to be said. There's something that unique happens when you grab a lapel and you tie it up, like you're singing this round right here, that all their understanding of how to pass goes out the window. A lot of times you get some big crazy movement. Sometimes they may even try to smash you here. And what you'll see is that I've developed some reactions and some different techniques that has given me some submission opportunities, or like what you're going to see in this position here, you're going to see some very unique and very fun sweeping opportunities. So as you guys watch a little bit more of this, make sure if you guys have any questions in regards to any lapel content, make sure you guys ask in the comments below. And if you guys are looking for some really unique ways to set up lapel guard, especially off retaining your guard, make sure you guys check out the video in the top left corner.